And welcome everybody. Hello there. Look at the guys got their backgrounds on. And welcome to the very fifth episode of Waterdeep Mallrats Tales of the Yawning Portal. Nailed it this week. Yes. Didn't stumble over my words. I'm very, very happy. So this week we have actually had to do a pre-record for today. So it's actually on a Saturday, but it's a Monday because we're in the past but the future. But not now, because now it's the present, because then it's the future again. But now it's the present. So we're going to be pretending and we're sitting in this kind of weird time frame zone where we can turn around to Evie and say, how was your birthday yesterday?
Oh, my birthday yesterday was great. I went for a walk and the weather was amazing. Like the best weather. It was a heat wave. It was out of nowhere, yeah. Had a massive walk, ate loads of food, got really drunk on cider.
Yeah.
Prime Minister resigned.
Yeah.
It was good.
That's great. So happy birthday, my love. Massive happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Usually I go through and say hello and see how everyone's weeks have been, but it's only been a couple of days since we saw each other. So I'm going to have, all I want is like one word answers, okay? So Rob, how was yours?
Time splitters. I beat time splitters.
Oh, you did it. Well done. So it all fits within the time elements that we've been talking about. Gabby.
Time to split.
Help!
Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. And let's have a look. Dan.
Exciting.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I quite like this game. It's quite nice. I do Evie again anyway. Evie.
Sleepy.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. And finally, Kurt.
Ice cream?
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh, of course you've been watching Bon Appetit, haven't you?
Yes. I've been Choco Tacoing and Pop Tarting it up.
Yeah,
So.
so good. Pop Tart episode. So good. Oh, okay. Just so you know, we are going to be still on the chat, so if you do want to chat with us, we'll still be there, so do comment and have a chat about stuff that we're doing. And finally, of course, I just want to do a quick plug about the new game coming this week on Wednesday evening, 7 to 10, right here on the Twitch channel and on the Facebook pages for John Cooper's Jack's Fun House, with the amazing, I know, right? With the amazing Guy Kelly, Amelia Rene, and also we've got Sibs. And of course Rowan Douglas as well, which is going to be great. So I think that's going to be an amazing story. Okay, so last time we left the guys, we just had Pups Revenge is what I'm going to call it. Best served with a crit, smacking the hell down onto a hobgoblin and freeing the goblin tribe from their oppressors to be able to kind of live their proper goblin lives, which was great. He's found out that he's probably got another job in debt collection by taking out kneecaps, which was great. And you now got to a point where you're actually going to be able to get down into the grove itself and start making your way through. So shall we carry on our D&D? Should we play some D&D?
That's my D&D.
All right, great. Okay, so here we are. So you're in the circle room, and of course the split in half body of Dunn is still sat on the throne itself, feet still upon a chest, a small plant growing next to him. The body of one of his bodyguards lay slumped over the side, facing towards this hole, which glows purple to the depths. So now you have an opportunity to kind of have a look around this room, or if you want to get straight into the hole, it's totally up to you guys.
Tunk goes straight over to Pups and very vigorously pats him on the head, saying, "Good doggy, good doggy."
Thank you. Thank you, Tunk. I think I'm gonna see what this person had on them. I'm going to check the body of the hobgoblin.
Yeah, sure. Let's have a quick look. Let's see what he's got on here. He's got quite a lot of stuff on him, actually. I mean, some of it is completely covered in goo. But it's pretty. He's got quite a lot of stuff on him. He's also got a set of different keys on him as well. So let's just quickly go to 41. There we are. Okay. Okay. So Dern has got a gold signet ring on his finger,
Mm-hmm.
and splint armor, which has got a family crest upon it.
Splint armor, you said, is it?
Yeah, splint armor. And it's got
heavy armor, or is it?
I think splint is heavy, I think.
Okay.
Let's have a look. Splint armor is classed as heavy armor.
Okay.
Is it salvageable?
Yeah.
Cool.
There's also a key around his neck. As well.
Okay.
Oshi
Oh, go ahead, Oshi.
Oshi walks over to the chest that he's that Dunn's got his parts of his legs on, kicks the legs off, and tries to open the chest.
Okay. Do you just go straight in with thieves' tools?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's do a thieves' tools for me.
On a dex.
Yes, please. Nice. So you go over with thieves' tools, and as you go like this pinprick comes out of the lock itself and like pricks your finger. To anybody else, this would cause a bit of a problem. But for you, no problems whatsoever. So you're just going to take 1 pierce damage rather than any of the poison damage that comes from it. But you look at the lock and you pop the lock open. Literally at the same time, Tunk has found... Who was it who was searching the body? It was Tunk, wasn't it?
Pups.
Pups finds the key at exactly the same moment that you unlock it.
Never mind.
And inside, you find 231 gold pieces.
Ooh.
And you also find 2 onyx gems worth 30 gold pieces each.
Cool, thank you. She pockets all of that.
Are you doing it with trying to hide it from everybody, or are you just going to do it like proud and blazing?
Just do it. Just doing it in front of it. I'm not saying I'm keeping it. I'm just holding it from you.
Nice.
Ask for forgiveness, not for permission.
Exactly.
Wait, don't ask for forgiveness.
So yeah, that's what you find.
Thank you.
What does out of roleplay for a second? What disadvantages would heavy armor give for someone who isn't proficient in it?
I think you would have. I mean, for you as a barbarian, you'd have huge problems because your unarmored defense would disappear and your unarmed speed would also disappear later on. But if you're not proficient in heavy armor, well, I'm not 100% sure. Let me just have a quick check.
I can.
I'm sure we're going to get some comments on that.
I imagine it's going to be something like disadvantages on rolls or something.
I mean, you'd have disadvantage on stealth anyway in heavy armor.
Never been a problem before.
And I think you do have some issues with spell casting as well, which again it won't matter particularly for you. But I think there might be a penalty in attacks. I'm not sure.
I can look it up if you want to keep going.
No,
Yeah,
it's fine. I'm all right. Tunk won't take anything. Is there? No, in fact, fuck it. Tunk's happy. Tunk's just happy he's dead. Carry on.
If you wear armor that you lack proficiency with, you have disadvantage on any ability check, saving throw, or attack roll that involves strength or dexterity, and you can't cast spells.
All right, cool. Never mind. Thank you.
so no.
Not worth it. Not worth it.
I think.
Baggy?
Yeah, to be fair, it looks like I have proficiency in heavy armor.
Okay.
And if it's only disadvantage on stealth, and it is a higher armor class to what I have currently.
Yeah, it's 17.
I think Yeah, I think Baggy's tempted.
Yeah.
I think she's going to come in.
Yeah, do you want to take it?
Yeah, I'm going to take it. She comes over, she has a little look and goes, yeah, that's better, and starts popping it on.
Cool. Do you want me to drop it into your character sheet for you?
I think just got to change the armor class, right?
It's alright, I could just drop it here. It should do it
Oh,
automatically
go
for
on
you.
then.
Do
Yes,
that.
please.
And then we take the chainmail off.
5 chainmail.
There you go, 17.
Great.
Awesome,
Thank
awesome. Great. Okay, so I think, Urki, you kind of noticed, more before anybody else, these vines that are going down, down into the depths. And you see this kind of purple glow coming out from the hole itself.
Do they look alive? Like, not like moving, but like, are they like dead and brittle, or are they like fresh and supple? I don't know why that word popped to mind, but how supple
They're
are the
sort
vines?
of-
Describe how supple the vines are to me.
They're
So
very
you-
sickly,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
very, very sickly, grey vines,
Mm.
white and grey vines that like coat the walls.
Could they support me / looks around? Who, I don't know who the heaviest would look, but could
Okay, do you want to do
would
it
they be
nature?
once they get down there?
Do you want to do a nature check and have a look? And see what you think.
Open my sheet closed. Try to jump in there really quickly. Nature check. First page of sheet. And oops.
Gosh.
Oops, sorry, I accidentally clicked.
Okay, 6.
There we go.
Okay, we'll take the second one because it's
So,
nicer.
all right.
Yeah.
You think yes, you think they should be able to do it if you did it like 2 at a time, maybe. Actually, no, they say that you think you could do it, or yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can climb down, no problem. And the good thing is you can sort of see how, because they're all twisted, there's like natural footholds and things to climb down, so it's quite an easy climb as well.
Urki tells the group, I smell tree. I think it's down the hole. And he just starts climbing down the hole. He's now that his mission, the goal of his mission is in sight, he just starts going down.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody else follow?
Pups is gonna roll the hobgoblin into sort of a more prayer state and do a little prayer to Meriadar, the god of patience, tolerance, meditation, arts, and crafts.
Oh,
He has a glue stick and some scissors.
somebody's been doing their research this week, haven't they?
Just got a little god sheet. Just no big deal.
That's all right. I'm just gonna say one word though. Nerd. Okay.
Like my t-shirt, yeah.
Yeah, like your t-shirt. So good.
Sleeves. Well done.
Okay. Anybody want to sing the song while we're here? Because it's just taking a piss out of Dan for a little bit.
Nerd, you get no nerd, you ain't get no sex.
Very good. Okay, yeah. So you've rolled him into the prayer position, and you kind of, for some unknown reason, the face of this hobgoblin seems to be more serene and more at peace, even though it hasn't moved an inch. As they kind of take him through to a new realm of peace and tranquility. And glue.
I hope you find peace.
And glue.
You couldn't find
That's
on this
glitter.
plane.
Okay. And then you guys start following.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So you kind of make your way down into the grove itself. There it is. Okay. Okay, so literally the second that you drop down to the ground, actually to get a new sheet. There we go. You kind of like the crunch under your feet as soon as you land. Kind of gives you a clue to kind of what this place is going to be, what it's being used for. The luminescent fungus that sheds this violet light around. It clings to the walls and the ceilings of this white cabin. The air is damp, chilly, and there's kind of the smell of decay and death upon it. There's a layer of earth mixed with rotting vegetation and remains of cave animals covers the floor. Several varieties of mushrooms and fungus grow on the detritus, as well as a few saplings. Second that you guys land, you see these two robed skeletons sort of tending the garden. I'm going to imagine you guys come down quietly and sit down and sort of stand in this kind of shaft of light.
Tunk turns to Pups, who has just proved himself as the warrior Tunk always knew he was, gestures towards the skeleton in robes, and then gestures to his hammer with a kind of questioning look.
And Pups, with a little wry smile, just nods.
So Tunk goes, okay, time to play Bashy Bash.
And literally, the two skeletons like, "Ugh," and then like raise up this like the shovels, as if they're going to kind of attack with those. And literally, as you do that, these two plants like pop out of the ground as well, as these two twig blades sort of appear next to you. So Tunk, I'm going to give you an attack round so that you can do some attacking, and then we're going to go into initiative for everybody.
Great. Okay, Tunk's going to move to here, and he's going to go for a two-handed warhammer, and he's going to say, "Time to hit the bone, man!"
Great. Yeah. So you smack into him with the warhammer, two-handed. It hits hard. And it does for 12, and you kind of see like the couple of ribs kind of break off and land onto the ground, but they don't bounce; they kind of squish into the soil. As half of his chest is kind of knocked out to the side. He looks pretty screwed over, to be honest. As he looks very, very, very bad. All right, so let's go into initiative then. These guys in.
Oh, good.
Oh, why is my open?
Dan's back to rolling ones again.
I feel like I need to make you exhausted another time so that you can roll better.
Yes.
Okay.
You all. I have confidence in all of you.
So what did you roll, Dan? Oh, lovely 2. Well done.
That's
Okie dokie.
1 and another 1.
Great. So, Erky, you're the first to react after Tunk's first foray. So you get to go first.
I am going to hold up the unicorn holy symbol around my neck and utter a quick word to Maliki, and I am going to use my channel divinity to charm plants and animals, and I'm going to make those two twig creatures friendly to us and hopefully not attack us while we dispatch the skeletons.
Very nice.
They fail their wisdom saving throws.
Okay, so it's just a wisdom saving throws. Do you want 1 roll or 2 rolls?
Ooh, let's do 1. Let's
11?
that
fail?
DC, I'm assuming that fails. Let me quickly check my spell.
Yeah, me too. I assume that fails.
Well, it's a 12, so it was close.
Yeah, but they failed. So the command, you're kind of giving them a command, isn't it? Like
It's just it's friendly to me and other creatures that designate. So I could ask them to. Hopefully,
yeah.
If they're friendly to us and they see the skeletons attacking us, perhaps they will in turn attack the skeletons.
Yeah, that's great. So they're not gonna attack. Great. So the twig blight then, this one here, it takes this guy, looks at you.
I point to the skeleton.
And it looks over at the skeleton and kind of moves over this way to this one that Tunk was engaging, I think, because it's the closest one is there. And it goes in for a claw attack. I believe that hits. Yes, it does. For 5, and literally just go like, and like clacks into the rest of its body as the rest of the ribs go, and the body and the head just drops to the hips, and then the legs fall to the ground as this skeleton dies. Very nice, very nice. Do I get to repeat any wisdom saving throws? No, it's just a minute. Great.
Yeah, it's just a minute.
Very
10
lovely.
rounds.
Okay, so then this skeleton over here, it's going to just go straight towards you, Urky, with a shovel, and hits you for two bludgeoning damage.
You're in grave danger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my word!
I can't
Okay.
even counterpun that. That's
What's the opposite of inspiration? Desperation?
that's
Yeah. This one's going to come to here, and it's going to go for a claw attack on the other skeleton, and hits him for 4. It's like across his face, his jaw like clicks into one side, and takes 4 off of him. It doesn't look like he's scratched it very much, to be honest. Okay, Tunk.
Tunk, assuming that the little tree people are friends, is going to rush over to Urky's aid and try and hit the bone man again. Actually, can he get a flanking position? Probably not from there. Fuck it, we'll just go for a regular. If it ain't broke. 15,
Nice.
Does that hit?
Yes, it does hit. It definitely hits. So you hit for 9. Are you raging? You're not raging, are you?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Not ready.
Yeah. So that's exactly what I needed. So what does this dead skeleton? No, pulverized skeleton look like?
With a swift hit of the hammer, the skeleton's head kind of just poofs into a kind of like moldy dust, and like a headless chicken, the body is still kind of moving for a moment, and it even goes to try and look for where its head formerly was, and then realizing it's been decapitated, it falls to the ground and the bones fall apart.
Very nice. Very nice. So so the
Urky
twig
will
lights.
say, Urky will say, we have very little time to either leave these plant creatures behind, or they will start attacking us, unless we attack first. But the moment we attack, they will be hostile.
But the tree people are friends, no?
For 54 more seconds, yes.
Right, for now.
Well, let's get out of here then.
Okay, so do you want to have a look around the space? See what you see?
Quickly as possible.
Yeah, what are the exit options?
Okay, so I think you can, from where you see that there's a door that leads south in this corner here.
Mm-hmm.
You can just about see that there's a door over here to the northeast. There's also a cavern that seems to open out to the north over this direction.
Do we want to put a door between us and the
That's a
and
good
these
idea.
tree folk just in case?
It's a really good
Yeah.
idea.
That's a good shout. Should we head
With-
south as we're on that side of the room anyway?
It's a bit closer.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay. So who's going to go open the door?
Tongue. Do you want to go? Do you want to open the door?
That's running towards the door as fast as his wee little legs can carry him.
Can Urky kind of like communicate somehow to the tree creatures, like point to the northern cavern and like he'll just say, guard that route. So maybe getting them a little, trying to usher them away so they're a little bit further from us and potentially less harm.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just like, they start walking northwards. Okay.
Are they like a foot high? I'm kind of picturing like these little Groot-like things.
Yeah, they're a little bit like they're more like kind of humanoid groups, really. Little
Okay.
bushes, more like shrubs. So do you kick this door down then?
Yeah.
Great. So you kick the door down, and you instantly do you kind of feel this coldness, and then of this kind of new shaft that kind of goes down to the south. I think you can just about see down, all the way down. Look.
Yeah, just towards where it starts to the walls end, and it might turn off left or right.
Yeah. And so it kind of leads down, but it seems to crumble into something else further down.
Tunk turns to the groups and goes, "That's a cold corridor.
Cold.
Tunk cold."
Erky comes up and says, "Our friendship will keep us warm."
And then after about 30 seconds, the air begins to heat up again. It's almost as if that moment of opening the door has released like a vacuum and kind of cleared it out, but now it's starting to feel warmer again. And the smell of burnt earth starts to hang in the air.
As a single tear rolls down Tunk's cheek, he looks to Erky and says, "Wishes do come true." And he begins to walk down the corridor.
So you kind of walk down. Do you guys follow?
Yeah.
She's trailing at the back because she really wanted to kill some people there and she didn't get to, so she's in a bit of a mood. Yeah, she's not happy.
So you come down to this rift. The rift opens here. The debris is strewn across the floors of this 2 feet below that of the corridor, so almost like steps down onto a rift. The corridor passes the rift through an opening that has caused it to shift about 10 feet over to the west, so over this side over here.
So it almost looks like that's the continuation of the corridor, but something happened.
Yeah. There's also the number of 2-foot diameter holes that riddle the floor of the rift. The smell of burnt earth hangs in the air. And the rift goes up to the north east and goes all the way down to the southwest as well.
Can Tunk, seeing this kind of change in what would be a normal corridor, is it stonework we're in right now?
I would say this is more natural now. So you were originally in stonework, but now it's natural.
Okay, well, having experience underground, perhaps he would like to do some sort of maybe a nature check, possibly? Is that the right one you think to use?
Yeah, I think... Yeah, let's use nature, why not?
Just to see what could have maybe caused this. Now, I've got -3 in nature, so can't expect much.
High hopes.
Oh,
Great.
Yeah.
I think Tunk's going to put 2 and 2 together and go Citadel.
He did roll a 4.
I know. Citadel on the mountain. Citadel falling hole. Maybe earthquake cause problem. So it's like you kind of see that falling of the whole citadel, you kind of relate to this problem. It's almost like that's part of the rock that had fallen when the volcano erupted many thousands of years ago.
And about how far down is that drop into the rift?
Not very far. It's only 10 foot.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, not 10 foot. 2 feet. My apologies.
Oh,
2 feet.
Yeah, it's tiny.
oh,
But they shifted the whole corridor 10 feet.
right. Gotcha.
And yeah, it leads to the northeast and to the southwest. Or, of course, you've got the corridor that continues.
By this point, Oshi is trying to get some of the dirt from under her nails out with an arrowhead that she hasn't been able to use. So she says, "Oh, where are we going? Hurry up."
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, Oshi?
Can we go straight?
By all means, lead on.
Okay, so Oshi's going forwards first.
Yeah.
Erky will jump down into the rift, but he's steering is clear. Like a 2 foot diameter hole is Erky size, so he's steering way clear of any of these holes if he can.
Okay. Do you want to? Yeah, I mean, I think they're fine. I think as you look down, you sort of just see darkness down there, and sort of heat coming through, and you're like, okay, that goes down pretty far. So actually, you kind of see the corridor continue along. It sort of does a right angle. But again, you can keep seeing it continue going straight down. Onwards.
Does the rift look like it gets? Does it look like it's, even though we can't see fully into the darkness northeast and southwest, does it look like it's narrowing? Like we're kind of at the widest point of the rift?
Yeah, I think you probably feel that you're at the widest point.
Surely we should keep heading down into the unnatural rift, no?
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Lead the way.
So it's getting narrower as we go south, Joe?
Yeah, both north and south.
Okay. All right. Pup starts to walk down south. Then.
Okay. So you kind of, as you're going down south, you start to see like the area open out in the south. And there's like an intense bright light starts kind of kicking through the area. As it widens and creates almost like a cabin-like chamber. The small 2-foot diameter holes riddle the floor again, and a very dim, fiery glow shines out of one of the holes.
I'll sort of quietly communicate it to the team and point out a little fiery glow.
Is it flickering like a firewood?
Yeah. It's, I mean, I think that might be a Pups question, because can you see it from there? You can probably see it from there.
I can see what's down there, yeah.
Yeah. So you see it as being like fiery, flickering.
Oh, there?
I'm just moving things around so people can see them.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that's what you can see, is looks like sort of fire coming out of a small hole.
Okay. I'm gonna head in that direction, but try and sort of like hug the edges and be stealthy.
Be stealthy. All right, cool. So let's do some stealth rolls. So seeing Pub go into stealth, do you all guys go into stealth as well?
Yeah. Tunk goes for a almost cartoonish way of sneaking, very much on his tiptoes.
Yeah.
Great. So Danya, you're nice and quiet. Let me just check something. Yeah, cool. Yeah, you're nice and quiet. Tunk and oh my word. So literally, Pups
Should have taken that armor.
Gets to about here against the walls, and then it just this thing pops its head out of the hole. It's just like the snake inside the flame. So it pops its head out, looks across as he hears the sound of Baggi, Tunk, and Urki clank their way down, and it sort of looks up at you guys, and then it just keeps looking at you guys, completely missing Oshi and Pups. We don't see them at all. And they kind of begin to kind of swirl around the hole into a more aggressive stance.
The moment Urki sees a creature, he stops in place.
And it's okay, great. And I think, Baggy, you taking that step forward causes it to rear its back and kind of lean forward. And it kind of comes out of its hole and moves a step further. And flames start going around it.
I feel like Baggy immediately goes into defense mode and sort of readies herself with her 2 battle axes.
Okay.
Does it speak Abyssal? Abyssal.
About Abyssal?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a look. No.
Okay.
Can I make a nature check to see if I recognize this as any sort of known
Yes,
creature?
please. Let's have a look. Is it a beast? Can you do a Arcana?
Yes.
Great. It's a fire snake, which you know to be an elemental creature.
Fire's not a friend of the nature clergy. Lots of forests down because of these things, or because of fire. So that's me post-rationalizing why he might know this. He just whispers, "It's a fire snake," which is probably how anybody would have described it.
I think with a Arcana of 17, I think you also remember from somewhere that it is resistant to non-magical attacks.
Oh. It'll be hard to kill if we don't use magic on it. It'll still take damage. It'll just not take as much.
So I think as a Yuan-Ti, I don't know if a pure blood can do this, but I think they can entrance they can entrance snakes. They can make snakes their friend. I think.
All right. Well, let's.
I think Joe right now. He's got a bit of a snake dance going on.
It's now canon.
Okay, let's have a look. See, is there anything on your character sheet for it? No, but what we'll do is let's do some talking. Okay, so you you look at it, and you begin to talk in. I'm going to say like parcel type, like you start talking with snakes.
Sorry about that.
And so, what do you say to it?
She says, "Hello, friend." Because I don't think the snake's seen Oshi yet, has it?
No.
Or have they?
So do you step out of the shadows then? And
yeah, she pops out and says, she just says, "Hello, friend," in snake language, parcel tongue.
He just sort of looks at you.
And she presents an onyx and just puts her hand out towards it.
And it's sort of like you see it raise up. And it becomes really interested in the black stone. Scary.
And she moves closer and closer towards it.
And as it does, you notice that just behind them, they've got a little, inside that little hole, they've got a little nest. And they've got a number of other stones in there as well. And its eyes turn into that kind of like, although it's very difficult to read for you, you see the greed. You see the wonder of wanting the stones.
Mm-hmm. She gets quite close, and then as a test, she puts the stone away. And then she pulls it back out, and she realizes they really want this.
Goes back to looking at it.
She asks them, "Do you know the way to the man with the frog?"
It's sort of like you can see that they understand what the man with the frog is.
Mm.
And it kind of like looks back at the other sapphires and then looks back at you, and trying to communicate something to you. And he says, "These his gifts for you."
What did he give you them for?
He just doesn't. It kind of doesn't really answer you. It's almost as if he doesn't quite know how to answer that question.
Okay. I think as a Yuan-Ti, she can become friends with snakes. So I think she will do a full tunk, put the onyx in front of the snake and say, friends?
But you are not my friend. But Jewel is nice.
And she says, oh, I mean, you didn't say thank you, but you're very welcome.
It kind of rises back up again, like teeth out.
And then she shows the other onyx and then puts her fingers over it one by one and says, you tell us how to get to the man with the frog, or you don't get 2 precious stones.
Give me precious stone or I eat you.
And she really, her other hand is quivering over the bow. Like she would, even though it's a snake, she just is a bit bloodthirsty right now. She says no. She shakes her head.
And it kind of raises up and like, get out.
And she really wants to grab the other onyx back off the floor because it didn't help her in any sort of way.
You can try if you want.
Should.
You can try if you want to.
Yeah.
So you can do like let's do a sleight of hand and see if you can have enough time to grab it. Okay. So you go forward with the hand, and as you go forward with the hand to grab it, it goes to bite you. Okay, so 15, does that hit? So you take 5 piercing and 4 fire damage.
So is it if 15's below my current hit points, does that mean it doesn't hit?
It's your armor class is what we're looking for, AC.
Oh, okay, yeah, 14 I'm on, so.
Yeah. So you take 9 in total then. 5 and 4, sorry. As the snake begins to become very, very upset and very angry that you tried to take away a gift, and it looks at you one more time and gives you the option to leave.
And Oshi screams run, and then they all run away.
and it just like, you see it kind of go back into its hole and nestle away. Okay, as you kind of make your way back north, back into the rift itself. What do you say to the guys when you get back?
She says, not all snakes are good snakes. Some of them are even greedier.
Greedier. I like that.
And is it a hand that she's got?
Yeah.
She pulls her sleeve over it. She doesn't want anyone to see that she's really hurt.
Yeah, and it's like a blackened and charred from the fire.
Yeah. She pulls her hand over it and then puts the other onyx back in her pocket.
Okay.
Did it look like that we needed to pass through there? Were there any other exits that were noticeable, or was it?
No, it was just sitting on rubble.
Okay.
Okay.
Is Oshi okay?
And Oshi just turns to Tunk and kind of squeezes the tears back in. You know, when someone asks if you're okay and it really makes you want to cry, and she just like nods with her eyes closed to him.
I think Baggy reaches like into her little bag full of all the kind of like rations that she has, and gets out some water and just sort of offers to pour some over the wound.
Yeah,
silently.
And Oshi moves to the back of the group and just lets Baggy do that.
Nice.
Tunk doesn't take his eyes off Oshi and just says, Oshi, did Snake hurt you?
And Oshi says, no, they just took one. They just took an onyx. They stole an onyx off me.
Did Snake hurt you, Oshi?
And then she just nods.
Tunk takes out his warhammer and starts walking back into the room.
Okay.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay, so let's roll some initiative. Okay, fire snake.
No, I don't want to be first.
2. Brilliant.
So the fire snake. Oh no, Pups is going to go first. Players always go first. So Pups, you see Tunk kind of walk in and like as that sound of the warhammer comes out, and he just stomps forward. And you see the snake coming out of the hole, like getting ready, like a lot faster than what Tunk is moving. It seems to be getting ready itself, and you see this across the way.
Okay, so Pup sort of like looks at Oshi, Baggi, and Urki, and then looks back towards Tunk and the snake, and just sort of goes and just runs, runs in. Let's go. Where we go? 25. What's my speed? 30.
Mm-hmm.
30 to there. And then we're gonna dash to get up to. Can I get up to here? Is that a usable space? That was enough. I had enough movement. It's just a case of whether I'm allowed to stand there.
Yeah, you should get in there.
Okay, and then for my bonus action, can I use my it is my offhand, but I've got two-handed what's it called? Two-handed weapon proficiency.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so
just
your
straight
offhand. Yeah, with the offhand, that's fine. Cool. So you swing down for 6, and you kind of hit the thing. It's like, and it doesn't seem to hurt it as much as you thought it would, as it only takes 3 damage.
Okay.
Okay, so anything else, Roger?
Yeah, Pup just wants to go. Tunk!
Okay.
Tunk!
So the fire snake turns on you. So 14, does that hit?
No, misses.
And then one misses as well, as it kind of like struggles. However, can you take, because when you hit it before. Oh, hang on. Why did it hit it for 11? Oh, it's fine. Yeah, you shouldn't have hit the last one, but I'm going to say you did, just because it's a good story. Okay, so you're also going to take this amount of fire damage. So you take 5 fire damage when you hit it. It like bursts in flames around you, and you take 5 flame damage as well. Okay, Urki.
Urki is going to, from distance, cast Sacred Flame at it, which luckily does not do fire damage. It has to make a Dex save as
Fails?
Ooh. Yeah, so this green light kind of just sparks above it and then bursts into green flame on the fire snake, doing 6 radiance, and the sound of a rustle of leaves happens when the burst occurs.
Yeah, and he kind of, it feels to you like a little bit like revenge, like wood versus fire. It kind of like it has a natural elemental revenge.
Scissors eats rock.
Yeah, as it does exactly the amount of damage you expected it to, and it does hurt it quite badly. Anything else you want to do?
He will move a little bit closer. Otherwise, he's done. He'll move like run clicker. He'll move a little bit closer to the room.
Okay, cool. Okay, Oshi, you're right back in the room, and you've just seen the guys go into the room. Bit of flame like come out of the room. What do you want to do?
Oshi moves to here and hides.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Can she move a bit further? That's 25, I think.
25 you've done, yeah.
So can you move to there, or is that not count as 25? Is that count as 5 or? It's diagonal.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, you were there. Yeah, yes, that's 25.
Okay, cool. So, and then she hides. Can she hide there?
I mean, you're pretty open. It might be worth, like,
5,
if you
10,
go over
15,
here.
If you're looking for the sneak attack, Gabs, you'll get it anyway because Pups is beside.
Oh, I didn't see Pups down there. Okay, yeah. So, she moves to here and then uses her. Wait, let me just check. 5, 10, 50. Yeah, uses her short bow with sneak attack.
Okay, let's give it an attack. Cool, 16 hits, luckily. It goes for, and you go, and it lands perfectly, but again, it doesn't do as much damage as you expected it to.
And then she moves back to here and hides.
Cool. Great. Okay, Tunk, the man who started it all.
Tunk is pissed and is gonna go into rage. And we'll move to. Would we count that as a flank, Joe, or is that?
Yeah, why not?
Cool. Well, then we'll go for a two-handed warhammer, reckless attack. So we'll take the advantage on it.
Cool.
16.
Yeah, that hits. As you slam through for 6 damage. But again, it doesn't do quite as much as you expected it to.
And as he does that, he'll say, "Bad, Snaky." Some words you just have to keep the same, really.
Okay, Baggy. So you're right at the top of the of the room.
Baggy, not really noticing that these attacks aren't having much of effect, is still just too preoccupied with wanting to save everyone. So she's going to come all the way down to here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She's going to come to here, and she's going to attempt to fire using her longbow straight at it.
Yeah, it meets, it hits, 14.
Nice.
Okay. And I think she's going to use her action surge here. With that, if I was now to hide, do I still have? Does the action surge mean that I still have 30 feet?
Yeah, so you would still have the action surge is about the being able to have an extra action. Not necessarily for having an extra go, because that would mean that you would have dash and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So as far as I remember, your action surge allows you to have the action and a bonus action again.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't give you like another double your go.
Not another whole movement or anything. Yeah. Okay. Well, then, do you know what? She's going to stay put. She's pretty happy with herself, so she's just going to shoot again with her longbow. Cool.
So yeah, so when you fired the longbow, it didn't do as much damage as you expected.
No.
As it flies through the air. Okay, so you do another. So your action surge kicks in, and she sort of seems as if she's like, driven up. As she fires, and it goes straight past its head and smacks into like this dark corner over here somewhere. As you miss completely.
Yeah.
Okay, Pups.
Pups is going to attack one hand. Seeing Tunk there has sort of emboldened Pups now to fight again. So, going to swing the battle axe one-handed and then the war pick one-handed as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that one, swing and a miss.
Well, if it's it's
advantage,
flanking.
isn't it? So, yeah.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you. So yep, so 17 hits.
Okay.
As you swing around, and you're like, wow, and it smacks into it. So unfortunately, you don't need to do the second attack.
Okay.
So you swing around the battle axe, and you just like, and it's like head like. sort of falls and then lands dum, 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 at your feet. And then the fire sort of like dies down.
Tunk will pick up the onyx that Oshi didn't get, walk over to her and hand it to her.
And she kind of not forgets about the pain, but forgets that she hasn't shown Tunk and reaches out her damaged hand to take it, and then quickly like takes it and hides it away and says, "Thank you, Tunk."
Tunk sees the damaged hand, returns to the head of the snake, and smashes it with the warhammer.
And then Oshi tries to get into the little bit to try and get all the gems. Can she fit in there? She turns to the group and shows them and says, "Oh my gosh, what's his name? I've written it down. I promise I have, Joe. I've been good."
Belak, is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, she says, "Let's go and give Belak his present back."
Can I see that leaf? Do you mind? Just a leaf.
Yep.
And
she reaches her hand out, not letting him take it out of her hand for him to inspect.
He expected this, so he does not touch the leaf. But he kind of Erky looks at it and like, because I think he's putting two and two. Like, does this leaf look unnatural? Like his assumption is that the leaf, if this came from Belak, the leaf might be from the tree that they seek. So he just kind of takes a look at the leaf and sees, is this kind of unnatural in terms of its origin potentially? Well, how's that for you?
Oh.
Nothing beats an 18.
Yes, Erky, you've always been my friend.
Sorry, guys. I just had to say that again because I had my mic on mute. So, it's this really sickly plant, and it is utterly unnatural. It has like a slight crimson bloodness to it. It kind of makes you feel a little bit sick looking at it. It feels a bit like an abomination of nature.
Erky looks up at Oshi and says, "It is close. We must press on."
And Oshi nods and puts the present back in her pocket.